I don't even need to explain it. I'm just gonna say the name of the episode is called SWAC. And I think that should say it all. Hey guys, what's good? No, what's really freaking good? Obviously, today we are back in Molly's world and I am back in my gladiator suit because today we will be discussing my, and not yours, not what the critics say, my top 10. And it's probably not even my top 10 because I genuinely do love every moment of Scandal. But if I had to pick 10 episodes, I'll try not to put them in order, but if I do end up putting them in order, then I'm sorry. But these are the 10 episodes to me that stuck out. And the reason why we're picking my 10 episodes is because it's been 10 years of Scandal. Believe it or not, yes, Scandal has been out into the air, influencing us, guiding us, showing us our dreams and our hopes on how we really do need an Olivia Pope to run this damn country, but unfortunately we don't have one. So, in honor of that, and in honor of Scandal being in our midst for 10 years, I'm going to be telling you my top 10 episodes and why. Top 10, right? In my top 10, I'm gonna say Over a Cliff. Over a Cliff is the final episode that aired of Scandal season 7. And the reason why I love Over a Cliff, it's not because it's the last episode. I love Over a Cliff because of Eli Pope. Eli Pope sat in that chair and told everybody the fuck out, and then each person got to say their part, each person got to get it off their chest, each person got to walk away with their head held high and their career and their happy ending in a sense. But I genuinely love the fact that a black man got to sit in front of all of those white people and say, yeah, I ran this country. I ran it, I run it, and I will continue to, simply because my daughter is my daughter. And you're not going to do anything to her friends or the man that she loves. Because I worked hard to build the chairs and the seats that you are sitting in. How dare you? So yeah, I'm going over a cliff with my damn daughter. How dare you? All of us are going over this damn cliff. And unfortunately, the cliff, I built it. So if you think you're about to push us over, you're wrong. And that's basically what Eli Pope said. I will mark that episode as my number 10. I know I wasn't going to do a countdown, but Over the Cliff will be my number 10. Now, tying in for number 9, because we're going up, tying in for number 9 is going to have to be between Yes and Dog Whistle Politics. Only because they're around the same time. And if you realize, which you might catch on to later on, most of my favorite episodes are from season 5 because I do think that season 5 is the best season of Scandal. I just think it is. Honestly, truly. As a matter of damn fact, yeah. Season 5, the 5th complete edition. Yeah, because it's the best season. It's the best season. So back to what I was saying about season 5, but my number 9 for my top 10 episodes, I would have to say it's tied between Yes and Dog Whistle Politics. Only because, yes, like I said in my previous video about season 1, I recognize that within the show, a lot of times the title is named after something that they say in the episode. And just that one word, yes, was so powerful and so impactful. Of course you would name the episode Yes. But I loved it because all Olivia said for that entire episode to the public was one word, yes. And it changed the entire of everything. Like, it shook everything up. But the reason why it's also tied with Dog Whistle Politics is because Dog Whistle Politics came right after that. But I also enjoy Dog Whistle Politics because it taught me something. I had no idea Dog Whistle Politics was a real thing. But once I recognized that it was, I looked at our media today and I realized they do it a damn lot. Like, it happens so much and it's really a real thing that it really taught me something. So those 2 episodes are tied. And I would probably say Dog Whistle Politics wins over. So I'll give that one my 9. Only because I really like when Huck went on TV and he was like, Dog Whistle Politics. And they were like, what did you say? He was like, Dog Whistle Politics. And that's all he said. And I just love Huck. There's nothing Huck can do in my mind that's wrong. Personally, I love Guillermo Diaz. Coming in at number 8, we have The Lawn Chair from season 4. The Lawn Chair, it's in my top 10, number 8, and it's well deserved because I feel like it spoke to a lot of things happening in our community today with Black Lives Matter and just police brutality and corrupt of the justice system, things like that happening in our society. So I was happy as a Black young man to see something like that on TV actually happening in our time, in our light, and being not necessarily portrayed in the way that I want it to, but there being some insight behind it. And I say insight because a lot of people might disagree with me for this, but there was a monologue in there, in that episode specifically, from the police officer. And the police officer said one thing. The rest of his monologue, I quite frankly don't care for, because he did say some racist, mean things. But he said one thing to me that my mother has always, taught me, but in a different way. And he said that the people that he straps on his boots for every day, puts on his uniform for every day, are the same people that turn around and disrespect him. And it's Black people that disrespect him. But the reason why they're disrespecting him is because they're taught to disrespect cops. Sometimes people do have the tendency to teach people how to hate. And it's something that I learned from Once Upon a Time, which is a whole completely different show with fairy tales and everything else. But evil isn't born, it's made. A person isn't gonna come out of their mother's womb and say, oh my gosh, I hate all cops. No, you're gonna teach a person, you're gonna teach a child to hate cops. You're gonna teach a child to be disrespectful to cops. You're gonna teach a child to be mean to these people. And that in itself continued the cycle. So if I'm mean to these cops, eventually when these cops arrest me, then they're gonna set me up for this. And that's basically what the police officer said. Now, I'm not saying that that's what's happening today in our society. I'm saying that's what happened in Scandal. And I'm saying that I understood what happened in Scandal. And I am saying that that is not what's happening in today's society. And that is not my opinions on today's society nor real life. This is my opinions on a show and what was uttered in the show. And I appreciated The Lawn Chair. Now, politically, I'm going to move forward to my number 7. And my number 7 is Extinction. Extinction is the episode, and I love the idea of it being called Extinction because I feel like Extinction is the episode where we see Eli shoot the lady that he loves, and that rocked my soul and my heart, jaw drop. Literally mesmerized and jaw dropped. I was shook. I was like, no way, he really shot her. She's dead. Oh my gosh. And I thought he was gonna win. Because in my mind, I'm like, yeah, they really have no power over my baby. And I'm a Papa Boat fan. So when he shot her, I said, damn, I know he really loved her. I don't know what the hell's wrong with my hair. I was like, I know he really loved her, but that was such a good power move. And now he's gonna win. And he didn't win. But it goes back to what he was saying before to Olivia in the very first episode of season 6, where he said, I am not a predator. I am only smart prey trying to help my species survive. And when you think about it, he kept alluding, Papa Pope kept alluding to the dinosaurs and everything else. So when the episode was called Extinction, there was nowhere left to go. The meteor had hit. It was the end. There was no outs. The predators had gotten to him. He was no longer smart prey. He was under their control and time was up. And that's why I feel like it was called Extinction. Coming in at number 6, we have The Fish Rots from the Head. Once again, I love when an episode is named after something so monumental. The fish rots from the head. Personally, it's one of my favorite monologues from Olivia. And I love this episode because, again, it reminded me of that double entendre feeling of season 1, where you have Olivia dealing with a case, but at the same time, the case that she's dealing with mirrors the situation that she is handling with the president, or that she's feeling with the president. But in this case, it mirrored it, but it didn't mirror it. Like, it was mirrored with the president's, her situation with the president, but at the same time, it was like, instead of her speaking to the client ended up being some of the agents that work with the president. So instead of her addressing her client, she addressed Fitz. But the same things that she would have said to her clients is the same thing that she said to her. It's the same thing that she said to Fitz. Like, the fish rots from the head. I'm out here cleaning up your messes because you're out here causing a mess. Teddy, your son, he's gonna see you causing that mess. Like, I'm sorry. It was like the right amount of petty, but the right amount of honesty. She put him in his place because he was, and I continue to say was, and still does, to me in my mind, Fitz is a damn child. He acts like a child. So the fish rots from the head was Olivia to me standing up, bossing up and saying, yeah, you're acting like a child. And your children, your son is about to follow in the same footsteps because your workers around you are doing the damn same thing. And if you don't start taking accountability for your actions, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to put you out of this damn office or somebody's about to get punished. Who's eating the fish? Because I ain't eating it. Yeah, the fish rots from the damn head. Number 6. Coming in at number 5 and 4. You can flip it if you want to. It's some days back and forth, but 4 and 5 or 5 and 4, we have the testimony of Diego Munoz and then 752. Both of these episodes are like Huck centered and completely surrounded or based on Huck's character. And like I said before, I love me some Huck. There's nothing Huck can do that is wrong to me. And the reason why I love Testimony of Diego Munoz, I love the acting. The moment that he sat in that chair and he started to speak and describe the box, I cried. And I don't think that I had cried from Scandal before. Along with 752, again, I love how the title of something in the earlier episodes and the later ones always related to something that someone said in the episode. And in 752, Huck was going through some mental things after being trapped in the same box. The box is so traumatizing for my baby. But after being trapped in the same box by someone else, we see him in the earlier season, season 3, I think, or season 2, where he has like this loss of like mental, he can't connect and like he loses it and he just keeps repeating 752, 752, 752. And no one ever finds out what 752 means, but the audience knows. And that's the beauty of Scandal that I enjoy. Because the characters in the story, Quinn, Abby, Harrison, Olivia, they never get to find out what 752 means. But we see that 752 was the time that he last saw his wife and Javi. And that to me, I don't do that. I was already crying because Olivia comes in and she's like, I was all alone until I met you. You had the saddest time. That. And then he goes, I think I had a family. I said, no, baby Huck, you did. You did have a family. You did, baby. You did. Yeah. Moving on to number 3. Now, once again, I told you guys about season 5. Season 5 done did it, and she kept doing it. So, here we have a number 3. You got served. Yeah. This was my favorite episode because it contains my favorite monologue from Kerry Washington, Olivia Pope, whatever you want to say. But this is the episode from season 5 where she sits down in the interview and she utters and says, I wish I never laid eyes on him. Yes, I wish we never met. If we never... Yeah. When she started that monologue, I felt every single word. Not because she was trying to give the people this love story, but because we know Olivia and we've seen Olivia and we know that she does what she does with her clients. She was telling the truth. And she knew that she had to tell the truth, but we could also see that she didn't want to, like, everything she was saying was her. She didn't want to give up her business. She didn't want to fail the country, but she also didn't want to lose everything that, like, she built. But at the same time, she could not help the fact that she fell in love with Fitzgerald Grant. And if she could undo the past, then she would. And she said that, if I could, I would. And I felt that. Like I said, Scandal is my show, and I lived through it. Season 5, you got served. I think it was episode 5. 5. My brain. Moving along to number 2. And number 2, I don't even need to explain it. I'm just going to say the name of the episode. It's called SWAC. And I think that should say it all. Yeah, because when she picked up that chair, it was done for. SWAC, number 2 favorite, one of my faves, has to go down. Yes, I know some people don't like it because Olivia did kill somebody, but number 2, SWAC, definitely top. Definitely top 3. Definitely top 3. SWAC, definitely top 3. Definitely. I don't even need to explain it. I don't think that I do. SWAC, yeah. Andrew, you deserved it. I'm sorry. You deserved every single blow. So I don't care. Personally, don't care. SWAC, number 2. Moving along to number 1. My favorite episode that I will continue to watch from beginning to end not every single day, but in awe every single time because of the acting, the cinematography, the music, the outfits, the camera angles, the songs, the title, everything just did it for me. And that episode is Baby It's Cold Outside. And here's why. One reason that is definitely my number 1 is because while Melly was filibustering for Planned Parenthood, Olivia was there having an abortion. The fucking writing, the coincidence, the irony of just that. But then Baby It's Cold Outside is a Christmas song. And Olivia basically moved out of the White House. Baby, it's cold outside. And I'm outside the White House. And it's Christmas time. And I'm no longer with this man. But before she even left that man, she stood there and had what I call one of the most intimate but passionate arguments I could ever witness on television. And that's why I would always watch it over and over and over and over. Because I don't know how they did it. Tony Goldwyn and Kerry Washington, I do not know how you guys did that scene. Because there was no music. There was no anything. They was just them standing in an empty room. And their voices, their breath, their power, their brokenness. That scene where they argue and she said and they were taking so many jabs at each other. The things that Olivia said, the things that Fitz said, and like I said, Fitz to me continues to act like a child, but Olivia was like, I came from a palace compared to the man that raised you. Yeah. There is no jam, there is no us, there is no future, not anymore. And when she said not anymore, and seeing that she had just had a freaking abortion, Baby It's Cold Outside, season 5, has to be my number 1 favorite episode of Scandal. Has to be. And that's all we have for today, honestly, truly. I probably will be back with more, probably like my top favorite monologues, or like my top monologues for Melly, or top Melly moments, or top Fitz moments, who knows. what I will be up to. Who knows when this gladiator puts on his suit, what's gonna happen? Nobody knows. But what we do know is that you can scroll down and hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell so you get notifications and updates from when I post. And then we can be back in our scandal world, Molly's world combined, where we can get into some more things and celebrate 10 years of Scandal. So once again, this is all that I have for now in my Scandal world. Who knows? But I love you guys so much. Until next time. Mwah.